Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before I get into the video, I'd just like to thank everybody that's recently shown support and subscribed and everything like that. It's been really great. One of my videos has done very well recently, so there's been a wave of support that's been very motivating. So today I will be making a kitchen knife for a Etsy order. With that, I'll get into it. It's going to be made of tool steel, obviously, and hardened, and all the good things that come with knife making. So I'll get into it. You all, if you've been subscribed for a while, have seen all these processes before. If not, if you're a new subscriber, then you've probably seen them elsewhere. If you all want me to go into a detailed description of the grinding process, just leave a comment below and I will consider doing a video on it. It is my least favorite part of blacksmithing, but it is a necessary part, and so obviously people need to know how to do it. But with that said, I'm going to get into it. Thank you guys for watching, and do subscribe if you enjoy this video. Okay, so recently in the shop at my school, we have been learning about the most efficient way to blacksmith, and that is to heat the steel hotter. Unfortunately, we are using mild steel, and so it doesn't matter as much. But with high carbon steel, there's a much higher risk of burning the steel and making it unusable. As you can see here, I've done just that, and now the tang is snapped. So I'm gonna have to start over on this one. I've only been out here for 40 minutes, so I'm not too worried about it, but just goes to show, you gotta remember what you're working with, and remember, pay close attention to your steel. All right, so I've gone ahead and rough forged the blade and the bolster, as well as the tang. I need to work a little bit more on that transition. It's looking pretty rough. And then I also need to center the tang a little more, and then start beveling. Now, since I've been at college for a couple weeks, they gave us a hammer to start with. It's a 2.2 pounder, so it's better for fine work like this. I didn't have a really nice one that size, so it's kind of nice to have one. I'll put this back in the fire, and then we will get right back into it. So I've got the blade rough forged out. I got the profile about where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and get to grinding real quick, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes when I've got this to a state that actually looks like a somewhat completed project. So I've got the rough grinding done on here. I also cleaned up the transition between the blade and the bolster. I was looking a little rough. The next step I have to do is a bunch of filing right here to make sure that I can get the handle fitting right. I think though I'm going to go inside for the day. It's 8:30 and I've got neighbors that are probably trying to either sleep or rest, or, you know, it's just be more polite of me to go inside now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will see you guys the next time I come out to the shop. Alright, so as you can see, I've been doing a lot of work on the section here with the file, right where the bolster is going to meet the handle. I've got a little more to do, and then from there I'll be doing a lot of grinding. You can see I had to grind this down to make it a little even on both sides, so I'm going to have to heat it back up just to make sure I get that nice scale finish on there that you want along the spine, or at least the look that I'm going for. So I'm going to get to that. I'll show you guys the quenching process if I remember to bring my quench tank down here. I can't remember if I did or not. And then the finishing process, I'm probably going to skip through that pretty quickly. It's pretty boring and not something that, you know, is very interesting to watch. So with that said, I'm getting back to it now. And so I've gone ahead and re-blackened this area down here. And then I've also taken the blade up to a 800 grit. I left my oil quench tank back at my house in Cincinnati, so that's unfortunate. I will not be quenching this particular knife. So I do need to go to the store and get epoxy, but first I'm going to start on the handle. I'm going to make it out of this piece of reddish wood here. So I'll get into that now. So, as you can see, this fits in there pretty nicely. Might be rough to see there, but there's a little gap on this side. So I need to go back in with my file and clean this corner up a little bit so that it fits better into the handle. And once I've done that, I can think about getting some epoxy and epoxying this together. I'm going to do probably most of the rest of the refining of the handle and the belt grinder because it's just going to be easier to control that way and it'll yield a better result. So you saw just a second ago that I had the just epoxied it and you know, just started shaping it. I'm finished up on the rough shaping now. I'm gonna head over to my smaller belt sander that has finer grit belts and then get this finished. Yeah, this has been a fun project. I've only done a couple integral chef's knives before, so this was a nice refresher in that area. With that said, I'll go ahead and finish this up and show you guys the finished product. So here's the finished product. Came out looking really nice and I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and a comment and do subscribe because that helps out my channel. And I've actually decided that I'd like to do this full time. So I'm trying that out. So if you guys want to support me, I'll leave a link to my Etsy shop where you can get one of these if you want. Your support is appreciated. Again, you don't have to at all, but if you would give it a look at the very least, I would highly appreciate it. But anyway, that's an exciting news bit about, you know, maybe the future of this channel, etc. That may mean that videos come out a little more often, although I'm not quite sure. It's still, you know, the beginning of the year in college. I'm not sure how much homework I'm going to have later in this semester, but for now it looks pretty manageable. But thanks again for watching. Again, link in the description below to my Etsy shop. Take a look, purchase something if you want to, and I will see you all in the next video.